Welcome to this video. In this short series we would like to introduce the Tibetan Buddhist Tummo meditation. So in this very first video we will talk about what is Tummo, what it isn't. We will talk a little bit about the misconceptions that exist in the West by both Buddhists and non-Buddhist practitioners. And then we will have two more videos. Two more videos. One with introducing the actual Tummo breathing, and then also having a short Tummo meditation. So now, where do we start? Maybe when talking about Tummo, one of the interesting points is that Tummo is often being translated as inner fire. And that's big misconception number one, because certainly Tummo is known as the meditation of inner fire, but the word Tummo itself doesn't mean inner fire. Tum translated means fierce and more feminine. So what we have here is the powerful feminine, which relates to the female energy residing forefinger widths below the navel, deep inside of our body, that we are awakening with our Tummo practice.
And making it rise throughout our body, our central channel within the meditation.
Yes, so yeah, and another translation actually is that the tum means, because it's the word fierce, it relates to a masculine quality, and the mo relates to a feminine quality. So we have masculine and feminine in that word tummo, which relates to one of the things we are doing with our tummo practice. And that is,
which is balancing the male and female quality within our system, with our biopsycho system, which we refer to, because Tummo is a practice that not only refers to our spiritual self and not only to the physical self in terms of rising heat, but also it reflects all type of transformation within our neuropsycho system, which also means hormones, different type of glands, that also on the physical level creates the balance, on our spiritual level creates also equal weight on the male and female focus, which then transforms into our everyday life in a more balanced self.
Yes, so here we have already some of the explanation of what Tummo actually is, and we already now clarified the word, the meaning of the word Tummo. Maybe now it's good also to say something about that general misconception that Tummo is for generating heat. Many Buddhists in the West who actually don't practice Tummo, but of course everyone knows the practice of Tummo in the Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist world. But so both the Buddhists and also then the non-Buddhists, for the non-Buddhist the misconceptions mainly come from the Wim Hof method. So both of these two types of people have that belief Tummo is about generating heat. In reality, however, Tummo has been also practiced in the south of India by great enlightened masters in the past, and southern India is a tropical climate. So why would you practice something that is only for generating body heat when you're sweating all the time anyway?
Yeah, but just as you said, it's not only for inducing heat. It's not a method how to become a warmer. So you need to open up the windows whenever you are inside. It's not only that. Like the method, it is inducing heat, but it's not its main focus and it's not its main purpose. And the heat doesn't necessarily mean that you are, as Jonas mentioned, sweating constantly. It's about awakening this inner fire, which is only partly physical phenomenon.
Yes, so why do we awaken this inner fire? And actually also here good to say that fire is more of a symbolism or a visualized technique in order to awaken and move the body's energies. Because what Tummo ultimately is meant to be, it's a method for enlightenment. And within the Buddhist tradition, enlightenment is very clearly defined as a particular state of mind, as actually the essence of our own being, our natural mind, the essence of who we really are, which is a very blissful state of being, a state of love and compassion. and a state of awareness that is completely non-dual, and the state that we actually want to induce, and what is the goal of Tummo practice. The state we want to realize is a state of mind where there is no more subject or object. It's we fully want to recognize the awareness that is present in between our thoughts and fully beyond any type of conceptual reflection in the mind.
Yeah, and it also happens when we meet our male and female energy in the heart center. So this is the moment. So it also refers back to whatever methods that you know from maybe different cultures, that sacred masculinity, sacred femininity. It's neither of them is more important. The more important is to create a balance between them and to make that reside in the heart center, and that's the principle of Tummo.
Yes, and here actually, yeah, so at the late stage or the ultimate the conclusion of Tummo practice, we really want to unite it at the heart. But already for general Tummo practice, when we awaken the energy that we visualize in the form of fire, but it actually just the energy activation, 4 fingertips below the navel, and that rising of energy itself can induce these enlightenment experiences.
Yeah, because our power center, according to the methods, Tummo methods, reside in the center of 4 finger widths below the navel, which we focus on inducing. And then by inducing that in a form or a metaphor of the fire, then you create the rising tendency of it towards the upper part of your inner channel, central channel, or a body. And this is the direction of the energy that we normally not focus on. And that also creates the focus on the central pillar of our inner being, that also magnifies our focus capacity, that we can then yield for the sake of enlightenment. Use this energy then to manifest in the form of the focus, and then so-called clear light experience that leads to the experience of the non-dual nature of mind.
Yes, and of course, because we talked already about what many Buddhists have the misconception and the non-Buddhists. So of course, all Buddhists will know Milarepa, Tibet's great yogi. He who only wore a cotton cloth in cold Tibet. And then of course we know Wim Hof, whose method, and that's maybe good to say, certainly has some aspect of traditional Tummo in it, but the breathing in itself is not the Tummo breathing. That's really good to know, because many people, there are tons of videos on YouTube claiming this is the Tummo breathing, and then it always turns out it is either the Wim Hof method or some abbreviation of the Wim Hof method. So the Wim Hof method is not the Tummo breathing actually. We will do the Tummo breathing, and the Buddhists, many Buddhists will know it is Vas breathing.
Yeah. And Wim Hof method certainly helped a lot of people and still helping, and we hold a great respect for his methods. It's just we need to distinguish. It's not Tummo. It's something totally different that help people manage their body and physique and also mental states, which is incredible for the body fit, for the mental health, for everything. But this is not Tummo.
Yes. Okay, so this was like a brief introduction into the subject, and now how about we dive into the actual Tummo breathing?